My identity is interesting. I come from India. I'm married to a Pakistani. My husband's Pakistani, and I fell in love with Russian culture. And I teach at Cal State LA, which is a very diverse school with a very strong Latin American population. So I think of myself in many ways a person of the world. My first book was on Soviet history, and then after that I was much more interested in how Russia interacted with the world. That's what I love about being an academic. I'm free to pursue my intellectual interests, and Cal State LA, I've been very fortunate, it gives me the freedom to do that. Every time I teach a class, it's a new syllabus, new books, new lectures, because I get bored very easily. And my students have added so much to my research. It seems that the ideas that I discuss in class, I understand it so much better. I had a student who's a Trotskyite in my class, in my recent class on Russian history, and he disliked everything I said about Russian history, and we had the best class because it was so energetic. A student recently gave a talk at the Princeton Slavic Studies conference, and several of my colleagues, including Julie Buckler from Harvard, called me to say that his paper was the best. I run a book club with my students, so every summer we pick a book and we read it together and we meet. Dr. Wells and I put together this art exhibition, and I said, I'll do something called the politics of happiness. We never think of Soviet people being happy. These were regular people, that Homo Sovieticus is not a different species. They're part of the human species. I decided to create a class on food justice. Again, Dr. Wells and I, my colleague, who I owe a lot to, we created a class on food justice and globalization for the Honors College because we taught them history, but we taught them through the lens of food. So this is personal for me. It's not just academic. It's so fascinating to be in LA where there is an emerging food justice movement. Because my husband and I, we really care about the environment, and my husband's a biologist, and we've tried in our own home to create an ecosystem that does without the chemical. But there is joy in the compost that you create in your own house with goat and chicken manure and your grass clippings and your chicken waste. And it's amazing how green the garden looks even when it's 100 degrees when you use these products. To look forward to things as I age. So milking goats is one of those pleasures. You can never eat a store-bought egg again after you've had
a fresh egg.
A fresh egg, yeah.